Trash Ninja, have a good day at work. What's going on, Mitchell? What's happening, man? Looks dangerous? Nah. RC Will Hobbies, what's going on, guy? I think it's time to start. So, setting up the shot. So I got my hat on. It's part of setting up the shot, right? Because, you know, you want to look your best. Well, in case you haven't noticed, a lot of people have been stepping up their game. And if you haven't noticed, maybe you should. Because maybe you should step up your game too, just a little bit. And use like some of these other videos that other people are putting out and try to figure out how they're setting up their shots. Because setting up those shots the way they're doing it is getting themselves noticed. And in some cases, there is a certain amount of, you know, notice that you want. So all I'm doing right here is we did just do a what's in the box there of those, well, what's in the boxes of those two vehicles. We'll be addressing that a little bit later, but what I'm doing is effectively I'm setting up the shot now. And what it is the foolishness of adding light. Now, this is just stuff that I've had for quite a while. This light I've tried to use in different various applications, and now I feel like I've finally figured out what I want to use this light for, and that's for creating some more cinematic, I guess, videos or whatever. This is a cord end that I'm going to use. You can see this right here. This was a torn off end. The light itself actually works, so obviously when you do plug it into an outlet, no fire, you can see that we actually get a light to work. So what I'm going to do is, instead of just popping it in this way and using the safety third situation, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this end off, and I'm going to, some people would wire nut it. I'm not going to wire nut it. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to solder these joints together. This is working with 110 electricity, but that's not the issue. It's just making sure that you have a solid connection. Wire nuts will just kind of get in the way. That's why I'm opting to just solder in a new connection or a new wire. So this can be done. It's very easy to do. I figured I would just hop on a quick live, see what's going on with everybody. COVID and coffee. It doesn't make a difference, you know, what, I guess, what stuff I use here, other than using the appropriate heat shrink to go over these joints, which looks like that one's a little too big. And it looks like this one might be just right. What you have to remember is when you do this, you're going to be adding material, so I want to make sure that the heat shrink is going to be the right size going over all these little connections here. So I think that'll work. So I can do is I can actually split that in half. I think that'll work. So we'll see. Well, I'm just going to cut the end of this wire off here. I have no use for this plug. This was actually for one of my chargers for, it was one of those battery on the go things, jump start things that I threw away a long time ago. But I kept the wire because I knew at some point I'd probably find a use for the wire. So, and now I've got a use for the wire. So a lot of times I use like my teeth for stuff like this, but we're not going to use my teeth this time. I'm going to try and strip it the right way. I do have actually a wire stripper that I could use that my son gave me, which is nice. But I think I'm just going to do it like this for now. I think we're good. Cut that a little bit more. So I am basically just going to solder these connections together. Slip some heat shrink over. Like paste. Make sure you put the positive with the positive and the negative with the negative. Negative. There is no positive and negative on this. I'm just going to wrap it up. Just like that. Same thing on this side. And all this is doing is just going to create lighting effect, I guess, is what you want to call it. Kurt, what's going on, guy? It's not funny. I get organized and I lose stuff. It's just the way it happens, man. Try to organize myself and now I don't know where stuff is. A little bit too much paste, but good enough. Now make sure you don't touch this tip when it's hot. That's it. That's how easy it is. Just going to let this cool down just so I can take the other heat shrink and slide that over the joint. Hopefully with the solder isn't too thick in that center. I don't think it is. Might have been better off if I chose a slightly bigger heat shrink, but should be fine. What I just don't want is obviously don't want to try and slip heat shrink over something that's hot, because obviously once you start to slide it over, it's going to want to obviously contract and then grab, and that's when you end up with your issues. So I think it might be good. And just as I thought, I think it might be too, yeah, too big. If I put a little bit of pressure on it, should have chose the bigger of the two. Let's see if I can stretch it out a little bit. Make sure when you're doing this that it's plugged in. And I don't think it's going to stretch over enough. Nope. And I had a feeling it was going to be a little too thick. Well, it was worth a shot. It's just not going to go over. If I spray it, yeah, it's getting close, but getting right to that joint is just a little too thick. Should be able to stretch that out just a little bit. If I get this needle nose pair in there, might be able to just stretch it enough to be able to slide it over. Like I said, remember, make sure this is plugged in when you're doing this. At this point is when the stuff will snap. Let's see, was it enough? Just a little bit more. So all I'm doing is just stretching the shrink wrap, because I chose one that was too small, which I kind of knew it too as I was doing it, but whatever. Getting there, almost. A little bit more, and I think we'll be there. Stretch it from this side. Again, make sure it's plugged in while you're doing this. You know, safety third here. There we go. Cool. That's all I wanted. Just wanted to be able to just stretch it over the joint. Now, I'll just shrink it up just to keep things nice. Hopefully I didn't compromise it. We'll see if I compromised it in a second. I think I might have. Good enough. Perfect. Now this stuff actually has a glue inside. That's the other thing too about this heat shrink stuff. So not only does it shrink over, your connection, but it has a glue inside which keeps it like in place and sealed. I love that stuff. I've been using this stuff for quite a while, and I definitely recommend. I'll get on the recommend train, and I'll recommend this Wi-Fi heat shrink tubing set or kit or whatever. This is my second one, so I've burned through a ton of shrink wrap. Or shrink tubing, not shrink wrap. All right, let's see if it works. There's your light. We'll plug it in. Boom! Nice. It's even brighter. So I think that's going to work. It's just to do those cool shots that we've been seeing on some of the vehicles. CCXRC, and I think that Kitris guy there. I've wanted to use this to do that type of lighting, and now I'm going to, because they're stepping up their game, and I think it's time for RC Guy Garage to step up his game with a little bit of that cool overcast lighting. So, and I'm choosing to use this bulb just because I like the warmth of it. It's also going to get brighter as time goes on. And the other thing that I wanted to show you too was stepping up the game now I don't know where it is. Sweet. Well, I did have it, and now I don't because I keep organizing stuff the wrong way. So this is what's called a slave flash. Basically, it has a sensor, so when it detects a flash, it'll flash. Okay. So what I use this for is to do those. Should charge up pretty quick. Just to do those quick little blips of when you're taking a shot, just to give it that, I don't know, transition. Bam. You know what I mean? See how it does that? If I do it to this, watch your eyes. It's going to burn your retina. See how it kind of freaks out the shot? But if you do it in darkness, it should help illuminate, as long as all your settings on your camera are not set to auto. It's one of the things that you got to keep in mind, is that when you do this low light photography junk, you can't have it set to auto, because auto just won't work. So these are just my couple of ideas of setting up the shop or setting up the shot. Again, might not be the conventional method that, professionals use, but I ain't no professional. So I'm just going to use what I've got and make it happen. And my shots actually should come out pretty good. I mean, if anything, who knows? Who knows what they're using? They could be using lights on a string just like I'm using too. The point is to eventually step up your game. If I've got to like keep talking about this, man. I never thought this YouTube was a thing. I mean, like seriously, I didn't. And it became a thing. And it literally became a thing because of you guys, man. You guys are like, come on, why would I ever get organized like this? I would never. I mean, this is not me. I don't get organized. But now I am, because I'm realizing slowly that a certain amount of organization is good. A certain amount of stepping up the game, adding little things here and there. You know what I mean? Whoa. I didn't even know that. I didn't know this did that. Low? Medium? There's no high. That is messed up. And that bulb was like ready to fall apart. Look at that thing. I think I'm going to have to glue that in or something. Yeah, maybe that's what I should do. I should probably glue that bulb in. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, we can try different bulbs. One of the things that you notice if you use LEDs or sometimes these CFLs, the refresh rate or whatever the heck it is, the frame rate between the camera and the actual LED and or bulb can screw things up, which whenever you see like right now, it doesn't look really messed up. But once you introduce a white background, you start to get those like lines. It's probably not going to show up now. But see how like this looks gray? The auto, it's that auto, not brightness. What the heck is it called? Auto something. Auto white balance. I think that's what it is. Oh no, Vector, you killed yourself. So, and I didn't use, all I used was literally just to do that. Just use a plumbing solder, just to do that. You just have to worry about nothing. People get sometimes a little bit too crazy. There are reasons why you use certain things and do certain things the right way, but I usually find like little ways around it. And it always works. So, safety third. You know what I mean? That's what you got to remember. It's always safety third. So what is happening, everybody? How are you guys doing? We got 33 people in the chat. Holy smokes. It's been a while since we've had a COVID and coffee here. Got Keith is here, RC Smith, RC Master, RC Rorschach. What's going on, guy? Let's see. Who else we got here? Obviously, we got Mitchell. Mitchell's RC. You should fan the wires together, then solder to be a stronger solder. Just twist them together. Same thing. Sergeant J, what's going on, guy? I guess we should hit the like if it's still here, right? I mean, if you can. You don't have to. It would be cool. Color as in warm or cold. What, lighting? Auto white balance affects color and these. Yeah, I don't even know, guy. I again, I'm not putting too much thought into this. I'm literally just gonna make it happen. If I do get a brighter white light, even just using like a flashlight, but I do like the more warm like tone of this. It's more of that, you know, yellow tone. It might look good. I don't know. You can change so much in editing too, which I've realized, which is great. I'm having a blast. Well, the only thing I don't like is I don't like sitting in the chair. So sitting in the chair is kind of tough, man, because you end up sitting in that chair for hours. Well, at least I do. You probably got pros out there that'll whip together like a 15-minute video in 7 minutes. I don't know how it works. But for me, takes me hours. That's why it takes a while for me to put videos out sometimes, because just the sheer amount of time that it takes me to edit. You know, it's like I always have like these like, you know, grand schemes in my mind, but to make those grand schemes work in the reel doesn't always work. My mind's always thinking. But go check out my what's that, the Honda CR-V oil change video. It was literally an afterthought. I used to do, well, my wife still wants me to do it. I used to do, you know, a lot of automotive, you know, type stuff. And I started videoing things because I thought to myself, you know, sometimes people don't realize doing simple things like this, brake jobs, tie rods, ball joints, all that stuff, axle bearings. Sometimes people, you know, they think like it's a real tough job. And I'll always put a disclaimer that anytime you know, go to do a job yourself, that's why there are professionals that do it, because it's basically, it's on them when they do the job. If they break a bolt, you know, are you going to know how to take a bolt out of, let's just say it rarely ever happens, but I'm sure in Salt Nation it does happen. It's never happened to me, but that might be because I know the steps to take, like when you see something rusty. So being in the Salt Belt or Salt Nation here, usually if I, you know, go to work on a car that, you know, is pretty rusty and it's an older car, I'll douse things down with either like a Croil or PB Blaster. Most of the time I grab a PB Blaster. You just soak it down like the day before, whatever, you know, depending upon how long I can have the car for. Soak it down, maybe introduce a little bit of heat or whatever. But if you shear a bolt off, are you gonna know how to take that bolt out? I mean, do you have the tools? Do you have, you know, do you have the technology? So so whenever I do like these videos, I basically just try to show people it's easy. Don't be scared, but just know that if you do try to attempt this, you are taking things into your own hands. A number of things. You're taking safety into your hands. I mean, you're driving a car around or a truck. You know, if you lose brakes because you screwed up on a brake job, and that's on you. And if you don't feel confident enough, definitely don't do it. But also don't be afraid to do it. As far as being a mechanic, I'm a self-taught mechanic from, I don't know, when I was like 7. So I don't know how old I was when I first started wrenching on cars. Very, very young, I'll tell you that. But I always had the interest. So don't be afraid to do stuff. It's kind of like wrenching on, you know, these things. You know, is it easier sometimes just to take like one of your RCs and just throw it at a hobby shop and just go, hey, take care of this because you don't get the time? Yeah. And some people have the money to be able to do that. But you're also not going to really learn about your RC car or your regular car if you don't do the work yourself. I'm not telling you to go work on your own car. Just don't be afraid to do it, especially the simple things. Jeez, you know, changing out an air filter and stuff like that. And again, yes, you can snap a bolt taking out an air filter. I've actually seen that happen. It is what it is. You know, I've got a couple of people that I work on their cars, and they did attempt to do stuff themselves, and, you know, good for them. I'm glad, but I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. Just don't be afraid. Just do it. Get out there and rip it. Get out there and do a burnout in your own driveway with your own car. Make sure it's your driveway and you're not pissing your neighbors off. So, RC Master, what camera gear am I going to be using? So, I'm going to be using a number of different cameras. So I'm going to use my Note 8. The Note 8 has a Pro mode where I can adjust all my settings, keep my focus locked in, keep my balance, my white balance and all that junk, just whatever. All those settings that I've messed with before. I also have a brand new Note 9 that I basically just bought as a camera. Just because they work really well, and the price was, I want to say the price was right. For a brand new Note 9, it's a 512 gigabyte version. I also have my GoPros, and I do have my Canon 80D with a various amount of lenses for that. So I may start using my 80D, not ADD. That's what I have. I may end up using my 80D to do some stuff because, like my buddy there, that I call him Peter McKinnon. I always talk about Peter McKinnon, and if you want to learn about photography and videography, he's somebody that I've learned from. And if you think about it, the lessons are free, and you just go onto his channel and just skim through his channel and just learn. The guy is stinking talented. So, and I've adapted and adopted some of the things that, you know, he's done, and it has helped step up my game on, I'll say, 5 videos that I did in the past where I put that cinematic, or tried to put that cinematic mind to the videos. Most of my videos are just hack it together, just get it out there, have some fun, rip it. You know, you might learn something. I don't know, safety third, all that stuff. But you're supposed to use the best camera that you have. And I'll tell you right now, what's insane is these cell phones. These cell phones do great, especially when it comes to YouTube. So not everybody's viewing a YouTube video on an 8K, you know, TV, and I don't even think it does 8K anyway, but I've been doing a lot of my videos recently in 4K. It takes a lot longer to do it in 4K because of, obviously, you know, the bit information. It's so much deeper. So it causes your computer to, you know, have heart failure. And yeah, I mean, my computer's not, you know, it's not like some pro computer. It's just an iMac from 2015. I'd spec'd it out pretty good, but probably 6 months later, it was outdated, I guess. I don't even know. It seems to work. 4K is working. I'm just having fun, man. And like I said, stepping up the game. We got a laser nut coming out on my channel. We also have the V2 infraction. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt again to try to do some cinematic type stuff to make the videos maybe more eye-grabbing or interesting to some people. It's not going to please everybody, because you've got those people out there that are like, oh, shut up and just drive the car. And it's like, dude, just go do your own video. Tell me to shut up. Just go change the channel. Do whatever else you want. You know, unsubscribe, block me, whatever you gotta go. Just whatever. Go away. Because I am going to talk. You know, like I'm doing right now. I'm talking to you guys. I'm having a good time. I got a smile on my face, and that's all that matters. Hopefully you guys have smiles on your face too. You know, all this crap that's going on in this world, man, absolutely insane. So you got to have something to keep you happy, keep you alive, keep you kicking. You know, just be happy. So anyways, what do I have to talk about today? Nothing. Nothing really. I just want to get to doing my videos. I organized so that I could make things a little bit better. I also need to get a black sheet. So a black sheet will definitely help, because when you have a black background and surface, it helps you focus on what you're intending to light. So obviously whatever black sheet that I get, it can't be like a silk, or, oh, actually, you know what? If I did do a silk, the sheen could aid in what it looks like. But I don't think we have any black sheets. I'll have to ask my wife. She'll know. I don't remember there being any black sheets. But I'll get like something that's, you know, maybe has a sheen to it, you know, you got to spend a couple of bucks sometimes to make a couple of bucks. So that's literally always the way it is, you know. Spend a couple of bucks to make a couple of bucks. It could be worth it. It also might not be worth it working on your own car. But anyways, look at flash units for photography. I do have all kinds of stuff. So that's what you don't know is that I used to do all my drone photography and all my stuff. You know what I mean? And you get to see a different way of stuff and things. When you have a house that has sensors in the wall, so as you walk into the room, depending upon the time of day, the lights would light to the appropriate brightness, and you could physically say brighter, and the room would get brighter. That's a different level. I've always liked that. And we're not talking Alexa and Google doing that. We're talking about a dedicated, like, I've got pictures of, it was like this, it looked like a side-by-side, like Frost King or whatever the heck those crazy refrigerators are. That looked like it was like for wine bottles, because it had glass doors, it had fans, so it had its own cooling system, but all the electronics for the house were downstairs in this, I'll call it an environment. Like, I mean, because I've done interior work in homes before, and this room was an environment, meaning the cabinet or whatever it was had filters, temperature sensors. Like, I mean, some of the stuff I've seen is pretty cool. There was another house that I did work on, and the basement, or the lowest level, which was partially an entry level, they built it on this massive boulder. So in order to conform, I guess, to the design, or I don't even know how they did it, but in order to conform to the design of the house, they actually had a section of the boulders glassed off that had water running through. Like, I mean, it was all lit. It was just, sometimes, man, I tell you, the money some people have and the creativeness that people have out there, I mean, it makes you feel like you're that big. You know what I mean? You might think, you know, sometimes you've got a creative mind, and then you see something like that you've never seen before, that you didn't even think like somebody would think to do that. So half of their foundation was on regular earth, and, well, not half, probably more like 3/4 of the foundation was regular foundation. But then it was like literally molded right into bedrock, and it was glassed off, and it had water running through it, like natural, like it was like a natural spring or something. And I can't even imagine the kind of permits that you had to, you know, pull, and, you know, architectural design and whatever, just for that. That was nuts. So, and that was before we had cell phones. So, well, I mean, I did have a cell phone, but it didn't have a very good camera. So, I mean, think about it, man. Think about what your cameras do for you now. You kidding me? You don't even know, you don't even need to know where you're going anymore. You just ask Google or Siri or whatever you got. I mean, sometimes I think cars even have Alexa now, don't they? She's always listening. Surprised it didn't alert this time. So, and I like doing this on video. Alexa, what's the weather today?
Right now in Plymouth, it's 77 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today's forecast has thunderstorms with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 64 degrees.
Thunderstorms. And the only reason why I like doing that is because there are people out there that have those Alexa devices. And if you ask you know, if you ask a question, yours will go off. I got a number of people that are like, damn it, you just set off my Alexa. I think it's fun. Yours is turned off. Right. No. Curb spank. No thanks, man. Vector is off too. Right. Cable guy for 10 years. QC for another 6. And in and out of houses everywhere from Boston to Fall River. Been in a lot of houses. I know what you mean about, yeah, dude, Keith. Some of the stuff, man, that house that had the sensors that were built into, you couldn't even see the sensors. Well, I mean, I actually could see them because I realized when I walked into the house, when things are just turning on and you're not seeing like a camera to turn things on, I realized to check the walls, and you just have to check at a slight angle depending upon the lighting. And you can actually see the sensors that are like literally right. I think they're right in line with the plaster and just painted over. And for sensors to come on and to be like adjusted to like the time of day or the lighting or the day or whatever it was, like even today what I was thinking, right? So I had to manually shut off my irrigation. I had to put it on a rain delay because I don't have a rain sensor, because rain sensors, like, they never work. I've been doing irrigation for years, and those cork rain sensors, they last like a year. So, and I know that there are some irrigation companies, like I think Hunter right now obviously has an app-enabled system, but it's like, makes you want to like have an app-enabled system so that you can tie it into, you know, Skynet and have your irrigation shut off automatically from an app, or use your phone and shut your irrigation off with your phone. I mean, my irrigation is a Rainbird irrigation setup. I don't know if Rainbird's doing app enabled. They probably are by now, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like wish there were certain other things that you could just like adapt and not have to like, you know, buy whole new units and whatever. But the convenience of all this tech is absolutely awesome. And then just hopefully tossing in, which that is bugging me that bulb's going to let loose. But tossing in just a little bit of something to, oh, it does go 3. 1, 2. Well, I thought it did go 3. Tossing in a little something as that secondary effect. I mean, and I know you can also do it through editing. You can do like even my editing software has the spotlight thing where you can actually drag a light across and fade out and go black and whatever. But I want to do it. I want to do it this way. I want to do it the manual way and just see what I can get. The laser nut is actually a vehicle that I feel I can probably make look pretty good with the ideas that I have. Obviously, we've got to shut off all the lights here. I've already done it. I shut off all the lights. I did drag this light across a couple of vehicles just to check. I will have to go into manual settings on my cameras just to keep things in check. But it's where it is it all worth it? That's the thing. Because most people out here, I assume, you just literally just want to see, you know, a Rip It video. Or you want to see, like, you know, something maybe taken apart, but shortened down version of it. I have a hard time doing that. I like to talk apparently now because I know that I'm talking to you guys. And I think that's the difference. Once you start doing videos, you start to realize that you are no longer talking to yourself. Even though in the moment you're talking to yourself, what I've trained myself, or what I've made myself learn is that I'm not talking to myself. These lives definitely help because obviously you guys, you know, are talking, you know, amongst each others and sometimes talking to myself. The camera can't be as creative as you or I can. Camera can't be as creative. Well, software can though. Software can do so much. Man, you can do so much in post that's blows my mind. I'm not interested in that kind of game yet. But if you've watched, I don't even know who they are. I know Tony just did his cinematic thing there for the Sen F450, which looked pretty good. Everybody's a critic. Looked pretty good. I liked it. Then that Kitris guy there, he's got some good stuff. And then other people did some that tanks, the tanks guy, RC tanks guy. He did some pretty good cinematic stuff. And which was why I'm joking about Sen Racing, that I will say it. I will say it on this platform. Sen Racing, you missed the mark on sending me one of your trucks. So, and I think what maybe the difference would have been is that I already have an affinity for, obviously, my truck, which is Big Black. I talk about the truck all the time. So if they had potentially sent me a truck, I probably would have been a little bit more into it. You know what I mean? Like Losi. Losi should have sent me the laser nut, right? Because can't tell you how much I've promoted this DB Pro. But again, I'm not telling anybody what to do. Well, I am. Why not? Why not? Why not tell all these RC and car manufacturers, start sending me your stuff? Almost said a different word. Send me your stuff, man. Let's see what happens. So you could be wasting your time. It'd be a fun ride for me, though. You know what I mean? Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with wishful thinking, right? I wouldn't mind, you know, have a nice, well, hopefully the Tesla truck's going to be in my driveway anyway. There's going to be content on that. If that thing sits in my driveway, there's going to be content on that. There'll be content on, like, literally just about everything. The only thing that I might not do content on is my Camaro. I thought about it, but got to keep that on the low, you know? It's a different kind of vehicle. So, anyways, you already have the hat. How's the rally car build coming, guy? Funny platform that you're asking me on that. How's the rally car build coming? I'll show you right now. All right. So here is how the rally car build is coming as of right now. Mitchell's RC is technically doing a call out on how's the rally car challenge coming. Here it is. Here's the rally car challenge there, brother. Sitting right in the box. No bag opened. That's how good the rally car challenge is coming. Is the rally car challenge happening? Yes. In case anybody was wondering, yeah, of course the rally car challenge is on. Hasn't changed. The dates haven't changed. I think, like, I'll have to go back in my video to check, but I think Jo and I decided it was like the end of September or something like that, which was like, that was like the deadline for people doing videos. And from my calculations, we're only on the 10th right now. So people have like 20 something days to, well, less than that, get your videos out there and run that diamond and show your times, improve your times. People are going to be surprised when they see what my rally car build is. So, yeah, it's sitting right in a box right here, guy. See? Phaser MK2 or Z sitting right in the box. Nothing assembled. Dude, it's going to take like an hour to put the car together. And it's just a rally car challenge. The rally car challenge is just basically driving around a diamond 4 times, 2 in one direction, 2 in the other direction, not flipping, trying to get your best time. Power system, I don't care what you put in it. You can put anything from 2S all the way up to 500S. You know, whatever you want to put in that car, you put in it. The restriction was literally sticking to that platform, that phaser platform, meaning the shaft driven, no belt drives. Belt drives would probably be sucky anyway, but shaft driven and a rally car style tire, which, where's my rally tires? I don't know where my rally tires are. I've got a whole ton. Everything's miscombobulated. Yeah, apparently at this point in time, I don't even know where my rally tires are. But that kind of, the rally tire aspect of it was supposed to be, it had to look like a rally car. Tires was a big thing because if you look up rally car tires, as long as you could prove that the tire that you used was a rally car tire designed for that vehicle, then you were good to go. There wasn't any like huge restriction. That's why I'm saying you want to put 500S in your car and try to rip it. Go ahead, do it. But it was basically 4 laps, 2 in one direction, 2 in the other direction, on a baseball diamond that had that 60-foot whatever base thing or whatever it is. I have to go over all the specs. I really didn't care about the specs about it. Any of my challenges that I come up with or whatever, it's basically just to get you pumped to do something, to, in the smallest sense, grab an RC car and modify it, you know, take a mad van and turn it into a rally car. I don't know, take a Chevelle, turn it into a rally car. The only reason why I picked the phaser platform was because it has so many different options available that through that progression of building your own rally car, you then have the ability to be able to build beyond that. You'll be able to build a phaser drag car. You'll be able to build a phaser monster truck. Do you know what I mean? Like, the thought was just to grab a kit, build it, and do some challenges on a single platform. Now, other people have entered into the rally challenge with non-phasers, which is fine. The whole point is that it's getting you psyched, it's getting you involved in wanting to be involved, you know? So there's your call out, Mitchell. Trying to call me out on my own channel. Oh, is that rally car coming? It's coming just great. Sitting right in the box. Nice and safe, and I haven't lost any parts. That'd be a... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe the tires are in here. Huh? Mitchell, you just found my tires, guy. So yeah, these are my rally car tires. Mitchell, you just saved the day, guy. So this was the rally rim that I was going with, and this was the rally style tire I was going with. Nothing crazy. It's just when I went on the internet and I typed in rally car RC tire, that's what came up, and literally all I did was click buy it now. I didn't care what it was. You know what I mean? It was point blank, just use skill, use whatever. Use your creativity. Just get around that thing 4 laps and you're good to go. So, yeah, we'll get to building this at some point. I haven't figured out whether if I was going to do a live build or if I was going to do a video on it. If I did a video, it'd probably have to be a couple of videos. Even though it's only going to take me like an hour to build this thing, I think it'll take an hour. Actually, it might take less. The thing is like forget what it even is, a 40% kit, something like that. I don't even remember. I think it said it was like a 40% or something like that, or 80% kit, 40% like already like build. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just a cool challenge to get involved in and get you to spend a couple of bucks, get yourself a nice little phaser, and modify that platform as it goes. So I thought it was a great idea. So we're done talking about the rally car challenge, Mitchell. Calling me out. J.O., what's going on, guy? Well, no, that's not true. That's not true, J.O. The other restriction was the tire. It had to be a rally tire. Kirk, what's going on, guy? 500S. Dude, I love people's math. I love people's math. I love the 8 plus 8 is 16S. I love it. I love the 12 plus 12 is 24S. I love it. I love it. You just gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. You gotta have enjoyment, and that's the whole point. You know, if you want to think your 8 plus 8 is 16, awesome. If you want to think your 12 plus 12 is 24, you got it, guy. Ripping 24S, ripping 16S. You know it, man. I love it. I do. You know, I'd like to see a certain individual out there that's running 16S race against another individual that's only running 8S. We'll see how that works out. Twin motor to twin motor. That'd be a pretty cool challenge. 16S versus 8S, right? Got the 8S king. I'd go with that guy. Versus the 16S. I don't know. Talent's there, but just the math isn't. And even this. Do you see the smile on my face? This is what it's about. Like what happened between a couple of people, that stuff shouldn't happen. We're all in this hobby to enjoy it. We're all in this hobby to poke each other every once in a while, poke the bear through the cage or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Not take a knife and stab somebody in the back like some people have a tendency to do, but just to poke the bear through the cage a little bit, you know, rattle them up a little bit, get them amped up, get them psyched. I'm nothing but happiness and smiles here. That's all that matters. Get out there and rip it. Get out there and rip your 16S. You know? And I mean, 24S there. Kevin Talbot. Think about what he's doing. I have to point blank say that that's what it's about. Look at what he's attempting to do. And some people get bent out of shape because they think his stuff is clickbait and whatever. And it's just like, whatever. Who cares? You know, got you to click on it. Hopefully you saw something you liked. I mean, I don't have a problem click on his videos. You know, he's got that thing where it says 203 miles per hour complete or whatever the heck it is. So, you know, you knew the thing wasn't 203 miles an hour. It was just going to be a test anyway. It's what he said. But I like what he's doing because he's just at least doing something. Do you know what I mean? He's I mean, God, look at how he mangled that chassis to get those motors to fit in the way that he wanted it to fit. I mean, what's the chassis going to do? Is he like literally going to get banana flex? You know, just from wind and weight? You know, what's going to happen? How is he going to be able to go faster and faster and faster? Even he point blank said it. I don't know. And I think that's what I'm even trying to like talk about, like with this stupid challenge. It was taking this and just build it. Build an inexpensive, you know, vehicle. Throw some electronics in it, you know, and then that platform can go from rally car challenge to maybe like an on-road challenge, because right inside this box, it already came with its own tires and wheels that Fresh Squeezed RC said you can't get any better tires than this for doing burnouts. Burnout challenge, right? Do you get what I'm saying? It gets people amped up, you know? Somebody might already have a phaser and just go, hey, I know I said I wasn't done with that rally car challenge, but Mitchell RC was trying to call me out. The whole point is just get one and build it. I know they're hard to find, which what J.O. did is J.O. actually got the, I think he got an Audi R8 or something like that. And because he got it from Tower, he was able to use a coupon. So his was a ready to run. If I'm getting this right, his was an Audi R8, I think, ready to run, that he got a bunch of upgrades for. Then he bought an eBay special that he wanted the wheels and the body. So he'll take that R8 body and use it for something else. But point blank, he was able to use a coupon on an RTR, which even brought that price down further, which was great. And I think what he had said at the time, that might have been the only vehicle available for it or something like that. But just try it. You might like it, you know? Inexpensive little Kyosho phaser. Build it, drag race it, burnout challenge, 4x4, monster truck. I got literally all the thoughts in my head. So I've even got another thought in my head for a video. A RC company has been fairly active. Okay, an RC company has been fairly active. Now, I bought this over a year ago. Might even been longer than that, now that I think about it. And this is just an HBX Rampage. A tiny little, like, what is this, 1/16th, 1/18th? I think it might be 1/18th scale. This little thing rips it. Now, I've got video of, what I did is, where we go in New Hampshire, there's a family, and I had taken my RC cars, and there was a little girl that was like super interested. So the next time I went camping, right before we left, I ordered one of these for her because I let her take the controls of this, and she had a blast. And it was awesome to see a young kid like light up with enjoyment. So I ended up getting her one of these, and I did a whole video about it, but then all that copper junk came out, and I'm just like, whoa, you know, I'm not even gonna go there. So But my idea is head-on collision full speed. HBX Rampage against the Outcast 8S. Yeah, head-on full speed collision between this, which this thing rips it pretty good. I should get a speed meter on this. Hey, there's an idea. I could do a speed test on the Rampage. It's just a little brushed truck. But it's a blast. It's a little ripper. And it's fun. So, like, let's just say, like, obviously, we have thunderstorms and stuff today. Tomorrow's going to be garbage. You could just bomb this thing around. Take a little bit of water, right? We have a tile floor in our kitchen. Take a little bit of water. Put a little bit of water on the tile floor. And then just blast this thing around. Don't put pledge on your tile floor. That's a bad thing. You didn't hear that from me. Safety third. But these little HBX Rampages, man, these are a fun little truck because you can get all the parts that you need for this. Basically, I think like on eBay. I mean, not only does it like come, with instructions and whatever in a parts list and whatever to get your parts, but gives you all the part numbers. You just hit eBay or maybe even you hit Amazon. I haven't checked Amazon. But these little trucks rip it. But I Outcast 8S, full speed, collision, head on, with the HBX hair box or whatever you want to call it, hay boxing Rampage. What survives? So maybe we could even stretch this, cause hey Jo. This is shaft driven. Maybe I can stretch the stretch this, turn this into a rally car. I don't know. That'd probably be a good idea to be able to test this meter though. So this is that SkyRC GNSS GSM something. Threw the bag of the thing away. This thing right here. GSM 020. This thing does a heck of a lot more than what I bought it for, and the form factor of this thing, I think they've got it down. What this thing can potentially do, it does way more than I bought it for, and it'll definitely be interesting to know. I wonder if I can actually, Jo, you're still here, right? Jo, I can actually input distance in this, which it might not work very well though, because the distance would probably be too accurate, and going outside of the lines, yeah, it's just a thought. I can at least get, I won't even get lap speed though. I'll have to go into this and see if like, what would be really cool is if this did laps. It probably doesn't. You'd probably have to do like individual kind of things, but you could test it out. I don't know. Like I said, just get out there and rip it. Just do it. Get into the hobby. Go start working on your own cars. Just do it. Become a plumber. Fix your own pipes. No, don't do that. If you don't know what you're doing on that, you can create some pretty bad stuff. Same thing with working on your cars and doing your own electrical in your house. Don't. Hire a professional and just have them do it. I'll wait your phone call. Whoa, this is a dig, huh? See? Still smiling. But yeah, I got this light too. Battery's not in it. Battery's charging right now. Got a bunch of stuff just like rolling around in my head. You're going to be seeing a lot more videos. I'm going to get back on the live game. COVID and coffees like today. RC Guy nighttime live with RC Guy Garage. We're going to get back on that train. I just needed to step away for a little bit. Get some other things squared away. But like I said, I'm back. So I meant I'm back. So I'm here, ripping it like all you guys should. And I've got nothing else to talk about. Anybody else want to talk about something? I still don't know where the Limitless came from, who gave it to you. So that will never be disclosed. That individual already full well knows how thankful I am to that individual for doing that. So the whole story on that was I was looking for a Limitless, and I tried to get one through my LHS, and the price just was not right. So, and through the amazing generosity of that person, which is absolutely insane, they apparently didn't like that situation, so they sent me a Limitless. Like, I mean, who does that? So that guy, girl, I call everybody guy, so that individual knows how appreciative I am. So already. So I am that blew me away, man. That blew me away. Dude, an unopened Limitless? Like, I mean, well, not unopened. A Limitless that never touched the ground. Zip tie still intact. Holy smokes. Holy crap. You know? That put the biggest smile on my face. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It was absolutely stinking awesome. Dude, the Vados is awesome, isn't it? Where's mine? I gotta show you mine. Dude, you've got to get the Jo, did your Vados come with oil-filled shocks? Because I modded mine with oil-filled shocks. It totally changes how the thing drives. Instead of being bouncy like it is, where's my shocks? I could actually show you the shocks I put on it. These right here. These are the shocks, Jo. Jo, you here? What light was it? Oh, you're not talking to me. Drag van. Yeah, it's coming. It's all coming, guy. Live my life. It's not as easy as you think, guy. Time management. Time management is tough. Look at stinking Mitchell's RC doing all the call outs on me here. You can crash anything, right? Rampage is 1/18th. Nice, right? But Jo, did need a transponder to track laps? Yeah, I ain't doing that. I didn't know if it would. No, mine just has friction. Dude, these are the shocks you got to get. I don't think is there a part number? I'll get you if you want to know the shocks to put on that Vados. These are the ones right here to get. These are oil-filled shocks. It's not exactly plug and play. You do have to do a slight modification, and you will never be able to go back to stock. But why would you ever? These shocks changed the way that Vados reacted in such a positive direction. You think it's a fun little ripper right now to just blast around, man? Once you change the shocks on that thing, you're going to be like, wow, this changed it like big time. So as a matter of fact, I should probably charge this thing up so I can do a head-on collision with my L-Cast in the rain. Yeah, Jo, I'll get you the link for that. I'll send it in your messenger. I'll send you the link. It's wicked easy to modify to get those shocks to go on it. It's literally, I don't even have to tell you what to do. You'll literally see the shocks. You'll know how to put them on just by visual. I don't even have any call outs for Mitchell. I can't call him out on anything. What can I even call out Mitchell on? How's your whatever? The 4-wheel drive truck thing that you got there? How's that thing doing? What the heck is it even called? Ground pounder. How's my ground pounder doing? My ground pounder ain't pounding no ground, that's for sure. Not yet. Not until I work on it. All right. Well, I think I should probably end this live. What are we looking at for time? Hour and 20 minutes. Not bad. It's not an epic. Wasn't an epic live, but I think it was good enough. Don't you? Don't you think it's time to end the live right now? End it on a high note, as they say. And I have been using these, like I said, I have been using these Harbor Freight tools. They're not perfect, but they work. And I think that's the thing about Harbor Freight, is that for an inexpensive situation, they do all right. I mean, if you ever thought you were getting professional out of anything that was Harbor Freight, maybe the only thing that works really good is their plasma cutter. The plasma cutter actually works pretty good. So anyways, I think this is probably where I'm going to end this live, COVID and Coffee. What was this even called? This was called Setting Up the Shots. I didn't even really show you anything Losi or ARRMA, other than the fact that I'll be opening up the laser nut today. Most likely also the infraction. We'll see. It'll probably take me all day to do the laser nut video. I'm going to try some of my ingeniousness. That bulb's just going to fall right out. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll put a little bit of fun into the mix. We'll throw in a little flash thing. You know, hopefully nobody's retina's just burned out. But just got to try some things. Stuff and things. I don't know if I've got the patience for it. I might just end up doing just a regular what's in the box. I don't even know. That's the whole point, man. Just get out there and rip it. Put a smile on your face. Be kind to everybody. You know, don't. Somebody wants to do a clickbait, just leave them alone. Just let them have their fun. Just know that they're a clickbait channel. That's all. But they've got content, you know? I mean, who knows? Whatever. I think even people have commented that a couple of my videos were clickbait. It's like, what the heck are you talking about? Nothing's clickbait over here. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe it'll get me more views. Maybe it'll get me some more thumbs downs. I don't know. GRC, what's going on? See you on the next one. You know it, man. Don't be, what? Keith? What? Who are you talking to? Talking to me? Don't be a what? I don't know, guy. I don't know. Like I always say, just get out there and rip it. Thank you guys for coming to this COVID and Coffee. Like I said, there will be more. Just, oh, Keith, I get what you're saying. Right. Takes me a couple seconds sometimes to think about what people say. You also notice that if you look at some of my prior videos, because when somebody makes a comment on one of my older videos, obviously I get a hit and the video will play for like a couple seconds before like it gets to the section of where somebody commented or whatever. I think that's how it works. At least that's how I think it worked. Man, some of my old videos, you could see how uncomfortable I am in front of the camera. Now, I don't care nothing for nothing other than just having a blast. Because what I've noticed is that if you're projecting a good time, or you're projecting happiness, or you're projecting just, I don't know, just being happy, that it can help other people. It becomes that like infectious, becomes infectious in a good way, you know? You know, you talk about that pay it forward stuff all the time. Do it. It's a good way to live. All right. I'm out. You should get out to and rip it. I'll see you later tonight for a Nate. Yeah, I shouldn't say this because every time I've said it, it doesn't happen. We'll see if there'll be a late night live with RC Guy Garage tonight. That might depend upon how well my laser nut video goes, because that is what I'm going to be opening basically as soon as this video ends. This bad boy right here, we're going to open this box. And I mean, I feel as though because the DB Pro is what basically that is. I think Losi got another, I don't know, spare tire. Get that spare tire off the back. Adjust the rear suspension to accommodate for the less weight. And I think Losi's got another hit it out of the park. RC car for me. I love my DB Pro. Where is it? Oh, right here. This. I don't toss around the word favorite that much, man. But for 2019, this literally is my favorite vehicle, probably for 2019. And I'd like to know if anything else can beat this. I have a feeling the laser nut needs some tuning. It's just a feeling. I've seen how it acts with that stupid scale rear tire. I'm not interested in that. I'll film it with the tire on. I'll probably film it with the tire off. I don't even know how it comes in the box. I don't even know if the tire's on it. So, haven't even opened it. The seals are all sealed up. See? Seals are still intact. Boom, boom. And my unboxing will literally be your unboxing. Well, it's only one time I opened up a box before, or two times. But most of the time, my reaction that you get on the videos is literally the reaction that, like, you get. You know? There it is. What's in the box? I don't even know. All right, I'm out of here. Get out and rip it. I don't care if it's, well, don't get out in the lightning. But get out there in the rain. Just make sure you maintenance your RC or whatever you got. Get out there. Film some stuff. Just create some content. Throw it on YouTube and have a blast. So, I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming to this COVID and coffee. I will hopefully see you later tonight. Maybe.